Hello and welcome to the Valley Today. I am your host, Janet Michael. It is the Valley Business Today. Top of Virginia Regional Chamber's turn at the mic. Haley Fincham back on the Zooms with me. She, of course, is their Director of Events for the Chamber. Joining us today is Leslie Hicks. He is the president and founder of Cardinal Technology Solutions. We're talking about the Top of the Tee Charity Golf Classic that's happening on Friday, May 22nd. And Kaylee, you and I were joking a second ago. I asked if you had a committee for this particular event, and you said, well, yeah, because I don't know anything about golf. But Leslie says he plays golf and plays in a lot of tournaments. So you might have had a little finagling to get them to be your presenting sponsor, didn't you? You said, hey, Leslie, you can play in this tournament and we'll put your name on it if you help.
I play a lot of golf and not well. So it's mostly to be outside and enjoy myself. We don't keep track of the score.
The tournament's happening on May 22nd, Rock Harbor Golf Course. Have you played a lot, Leslie, at Rock Harbor? My husband's a golfer and he loves the Rock Harbor course.
Rock Harbor is a wonderful course. It's very hard. There's some holes there. I think the 17th hole there on one of the two courses they have looks down. I call it the heart because it's shaped like a heart when you're looking above and you have to hit the ball from way up high, about 35, 40 feet up. And it always looks closer than it actually is. So good luck getting it on the green from there. But I've done it once in 10 years.
It's an 18-hole tournament. Is it captain's choice, best ball? See, I've only ever talked about golf tournaments, so I'm winging it myself here.
If I remember from last year, we played best ball. So the player on your team that hits it the farthest, closest to the hole, we pick up ours and then just play from that position.
That's why you want a ringer on every team.
Or two.
You want someone who's really good at putting and someone who's really good at the long ones.
That's right. I'm good at the close game. I'm not good at the driving. So I have to have somebody that can hit it like 236 yards. And then I can take it from there. Otherwise, we're watching splices and balls going into trees and hitting squirrels and everywhere but straight.
So I have to ask, Leslie, do you have certain golf attire? Like I've seen Caddyshack. I've seen Tom Paine play. Do you have a certain outfit that you wear when you go to a golf tournament?
It's something comfortable and loose fitting. Make sure we're stretched out real good because when you're 57 and you hit that drive the wrong way, you could be laying on your back.
You don't want to be at the chiropractor for the next 6 months getting readjusted.
That's what we need, Leslie, on one of the holes.
Oh, yeah.
We talk about an activity. You get a chiropractor set up with a tent. Oh,
that'd be awesome.
Busy all day.
That's a good idea. Yeah. You get to hole 11 or 12, it's starting to wear on you by then. You need some relief. At 14, you're really tired.
The Valley Today, that's where golf tournament ideas are born. Haley, how many years have you been doing this tournament?
Last year, we brought it back. The Chamber did it a couple years before COVID.
I want to say like 2016 or 2017, somewhere around there.
Then, of course, COVID happened. We're partnering with Guy Curtis again with G3 golf tournaments. We've talked about golf tournaments. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know how to drive a golf cart and be supportive to everyone around the golf course. But with the help of Leslie Hicks at Cardinal Technology Solutions, he jumped on it real quick. And now second year as another presenting sponsor.
My favorite pastime. It's a win-win for us. It's for charity.
It is.
And a really good charity. So the proceeds from this, Kaylee, go to fund the scholarships that the Chamber does for a rising leadership for some of the other programs, right?
Yes, proceeds will go to our TVRC Foundation, the Scholarship Fund. It enhances the quality of life in the Top of Virginia region by providing sources to support education, leadership development, and regional cooperation that strengthen the business community. So that tags on the Rising Leadership Program, our Business Leadership Program, and the Community Leadership Program.
Yeah, and that's something Cardinal really supports, the leadership development.
I had one of your staff members on, Leslie, twice, actually. Once, it was the year she went through the actual community leadership program.
Carrie.
Yep, we conned her into coming up on stage and talking in the moment. And then she came back and did a second one that she said was much easier because then she was on Zoom and sitting in her office.
Yeah, she really, really enjoyed that. The CLP program is a major commitment. It takes months to get through it, but the experience and going to all these different places that make up our community and seeing how things actually work in the background, like this is the 911 center for Winchester. This is how it looks and how we operate. It's an invaluable program, I think. And she really
It's
got a
really
lot out
cool
of it.
too because you can look around our communities and see how that program has been used as a model for other similar programs. Like right now, I am participating in the Civic Leadership Academy that the city of Winchester does. And it is modeled almost identical to the CLP program for the chamber in that it's 1 day a month. It's a different focus on city government, their extracurricular things. Like last Friday, we got to tour the water plant. We've talked to fire and rescue, and we've talked to law enforcement, and you get all of that sort of stuff. And then Frederick County Public Schools, I think, has a similar program. So it's cool when you look at the CLP that's turning what, Kaylee? I hate saying how old it is.
Going in August will be its 30th year.
And the
So
reason,
it's
Leslie, that I hate saying
97.
how old it is because I was in the very first class.
I'm just thinking that was 1996. So yeah, that was a little while ago.
And they love to rub in how many years old it is and then follow that with Jen was in the very first one.
It's funny, the older you get, like when somebody says, "Oh yeah, you remember the 90s?" Oh yeah, that was like what that was like 10 years ago. No, it was 30 years ago.
I will still die on the hill of there was never a better decade of music than the 80s.
Yes, I agree with you. Absolutely, you're going to win that one.
Kaylee, are you still looking for teams? People are listening to our conversation at the end of March. The event is May 22nd. Are you still looking for people to sign up and put together a team?
Yes, we can do foursomes that cost 500, and then we have single players that cost around 125. We'd love to have you. Right now, we're about halfway full.
Here's a dumb, I don't play in
Almost
golf
15
tournaments
teams.
question. We hear a lot about the teams that typically what happens is you, for example, will find three of your buddies that you normally play golf with anyway and do a
Yeah,
team.
or
So when
four.
Kaylee talks about single players, is that really a thing?
I don't like to play by myself. So to me, it's a social game. So I always want to join a team or at least team up with another player. I'm not comfortable going by myself.
And I guess, Kaylee, if somebody has a foursome put together and then somebody drops out the week before, maybe they get sick or they have to work or any number of things happen, having those single people that are there that say, "Hey, I'd love to play, but I couldn't pull together three other people," that's where you plug them in. Is that how that works?
You can use them as fillers, but last year we had 3 individuals that wanted to play that were not associated with the foursome or anything. And so they just signed up as a single player, and I just put them all on one team.
And then do you have prizes and different, if Guy Curtis is involved, I'm sure there are going to be fun things to do at the various holes before the tournament, after the tournament, all of that sort of stuff.
All the fun stuff. We get some donations and we do them off of raffles and stuff. We start the raffles at the beginning, and then the men and women get back, get some food in their bellies.
Yeah, last year was fun, and we had some fantastic prizes last year, like whole sets of clubs, and I know talking to some of the people afterwards, they said I've never been to a tournament where they gave away clubs like that. That's crazy. Really good prizes.
So if you're hearing this out there, you want to come because we have great prizes.
We have great prizes. You're going to get some good stuff.
But the most important question, of course, and this I do know, is there a beer cart?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
there is.
I believe that there's no cost to that. That's
It's
part of
included with your ticket.
included with your ticket. So every time you see that cart, pull them over. It makes you swing better.
It does. Yeah.
You really do some networking, team bonding there.
Yeah.
And then are you doing the hole in one, giving away a car if somebody gets a hole in one? How does that work?
Yes. So
Miracle.
Miracle.
So the hole Leslie was talking about was hole 17 that has the heart shape. So it's down below. We'll have a tent. And I'm not going to lie, it looks closer than what it is. And then once you start driving down, it's like, oh my gosh, we were on a like big hill. Tri-State Nissan was great and worked with us last year, locking another car this year. Everyone has a chance to win a car.
Yeah, you could be super skilled or you could be super lucky. And either one of those are fine if you're getting the keys to a new car at the end of the day.
I told him I would pass out if I won that. So
What is your favorite thing about playing in this tournament, Leslie?
just the camaraderie and seeing everybody get together and have a good time, business leaders getting together and networking for a good time, great weather, and a good cause. All
So,
good stuff.
Cardinal Technology Solutions, you've been in the area for a while now. But I
Yep.
would imagine events like this are still great because you still get to meet people that you haven't met. There's no way, even if you've been here 50 years, that
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going to have met everybody. So these types of
No.
opportunities have to be beneficial for you.
Oh, they're great. You're right. You get to meet new people because we've been in business for over 12 years, and I'm constantly meeting new business owners and entrepreneurs that I've never seen at a TVRC event, or maybe it's a C-suite thing where I've been invited to give talks about cybersecurity and network security and technology. And I just met a whole bunch of new CEOs a couple weeks ago that I'd never met before.
So while we're on that subject, tell me a little bit about what Cardinal Tech does exactly. Who are your clients? What kind of services can you provide?
Cardinal does business IT support. We provide a lot of managed services, software as a service, monitoring of endpoints, workstations. We handle all the patches for your Windows workstations. We do data backups. We provide voice over IP, telephone systems, cybersecurity for our partners that are in government space and they need to be certified. There's just a whole array of things that we do. And a lot of it is only specific to certain businesses. Every business is different, but we have so many services. What we end up doing is giving people a capability statement, like a one-page thing that gives you a 100-mile view of everything we do. Because if we were to just talk about all the things that Cardinal does, it would be another half an hour sitting here. But it's an all-encompassing support for business. So we designed it so that once we're on board with you, if there's anything in the technology IT realm, we can handle it. There's nothing that's in the IT space that we can't do. Cybersecurity, just basic support, help desk, voice over IP solutions, software as a service, handling your Microsoft accounts so that you don't have to worry about your licensing. We handle all that for you. Website design, copywriters, bloggers, people that know SEO, and they can post things on Facebook and LinkedIn for your company and really boost your visibility, things like that.
We're going to have a whole conversation offline because I need a redesign of the station's website. And
Mhm.
okay, don't freak out when I tell you that some of our computers at the radio station are still running Windows XP.
I've seen that before. Yes.
Yes. But it's by necessity because the software that we use to do the programming and the commercials and the traffic isn't compatible with anything newer than Windows XP.
Or if you have to invest in all new software to work with Windows 11, it could be a substantial amount of money. So there's ways around that. It's not the best situation in the world, but you can isolate those machines and unplug them from the internet so that they can't be breached or anything like that. But having outdated software is a real threat for
I
businesses.
wonder how many people, A, don't realize what a large threat it is, or B, think that there's even a solution, that they're stuck either upgrading and spending thousands of dollars or living with whatever that threat level is. And they don't know that there are probably options for them.
Yeah, and the big thing that business owners don't realize in holding on to old stuff, old hardware, things that are 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. Well, it still works, yes, but they make stuff now that's 20 times faster. So you're really, at the end of the day, by holding on to old equipment and old operating systems, you're really hobbling your own company. You're really taking an impact on your productivity for your employees, and it is costing you money. It's like an iceberg. You see the tip of it sticking out of the water, but you start looking down below the water and there's a lot of costs associated with holding on to old stuff. It's draining you. But these are challenges that every business faces, and we try to work with them to get a budget going and a plan so that you're not facing massive amount of capital outlay to upgrade all of your infrastructure. What we try to do is structure it so that you replace 2 or 3 machines a year and it's in your budget and you're on a refresh cycle that's healthy. And once you get past 4 or 5 years with machines, they're past their useful life because technology changes massively every 6 months. So they're making something now that's 10 times faster than the laptop I got last year. Right.
Oh, right.
So, and I look at it this way, the faster I can get something done, the faster I can get to another thing that I need to get done.
That's the below the surface iceberg that you're talking about. So if you're paying staff, say $20 an hour, and it's taking them 2 hours to do something that a new piece of equipment or an upgraded software will take them 20 minutes to do, you've
Yeah,
just now freed up 40 minutes,
that's
an
right.
hour and 40 minutes out of their day to do something that is making you money and not necessarily losing money.
That's right. I've always told people I've sat there behind in like receptionists or people that are working at a station and they launch Word or PowerPoint and it sits there and spins and they just grab their cup of coffee and slurp on it. And it's like they're waiting. And sometimes it takes 2 or 3 minutes for everything to come up. And I'm like, did you tell your boss about this? No, it's just the way my
no, because they
station's
like to
always
finish
been.
their cup.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Does that make your body cringe?
Oh yeah, like I've literally told people if I had to work with this machine, I'd rip my hair out. I could not do that. Patience is not a virtue with me.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
guilty.
yeah.
Me neither.
I'll just
I
admit it.
hear
I'll
ya.
just admit it.
I hear ya.
I'm instant push the button. Okay, it better be on my screen right now.
We had Comcast for 20 some odd years, and
Mm.
we switched back in November to Verizon. I have to
Mhm.
say, I was pretty shocked that the upload speeds are faster. And for me, that's important because I do more uploads than I do downloads.
Like I said, every business is different. Like CPAs need upload speed because they're uploading a lot of forms and things like that more than they're downloading. Here's another situation where you really want an IT company on your side when you go to do stuff like that, because you might have a firewall that's not capable of the throughput, the speed for the internet you're getting. So you might have a firewall that only supports 300 megabits per second down, and you go to a gigabit, 1,000 megabits per second. Guess what? You're only getting 300.
Yeah.
And then even though they're providing you with that service, your hardware can't handle it. So that's something you need to have an IT company look at ahead of time. Hey, we're thinking about going to fiber, which could be 700 up, 700 down. Is our firewall going to be able to provide that full 700 that we're paying for?
I hate to think about how many people, business owners, are listening right now going, firewall. We don't have a firewall.
Yeah.
That's
It's
rule
that
number one.
it's that thing. It's the thing in the IT closet between you and the rest of the world on the outside of the internet.
Yes.
You're supposed to have one.
So to bring it back full circle, here's the other thing that cracks me up is playing golf is probably the least technological thing that you can
Yes.
do.
That's why I like it so much. I don't have to think about anything.
It's more
Just
math oriented, I would guess, like
Yeah.
physics and algebra or whatever the math things are to get from point A to point B at what arc and all of that sort of stuff. But it's not very technology. There's no app for that.
No, it's 3 hours of see the little ball, try not to kill it, hit it, swing through, keep your shoulders straight. But there's no major decisions that have to be made. There's no stress other than if you knock it
Mother
into
Nature.
a pond or if it goes in the beach, in the sand pit. But yeah, it's mostly relax and don't think about anything. Just try to have
And I
fun.
think that's why so many people enjoy golf tournaments like this, because they know that the golf itself is relaxing, but they're with a group of people that also understand that and enjoy it. So it's like you find your tribe during these tournaments because
Mhm.
everybody else that's there is enjoying the fact that they're doing something that is skill based and not anything else.
Yeah, I also have people that are uncomfortable. They don't play much golf and they don't want to join. And they're like, I don't want to make a fool out of myself. And I said, it's just about having fun. Just go out there and have fun. Don't worry about the score. Don't worry about how well you hit the ball. To me, it's about being outside and just enjoying the outdoors and some good company. If I have a good game, great. If I have a bad game, I don't really care. It's all right.
That's what the beer cart's for.
Yeah, exactly.
Haley, where can people go to sign up to have a team?
Well, you could definitely reach out to me at kfincham@regionalchamber.biz, or you can register at www.regionalchamber.biz.
Is it on the front page, Kaylee, or do they click on the events tab and they'll find it under signature events?
Yes. So once you go into the main page, it will go up to the top ribbon you'll have to your right under the events and networking. Once you scroll down, have signature events, and then all the signature events will be there that we have throughout the year, especially with the top of tea.
And I'll put the direct link in the show notes at thevalleytodaypodcast.com so people can find it there pretty easily. But you still need teams. So people need to sign up and need to sign up now.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
It'll fill up fast.
You're not going to make any money for the scholarships on teams and teams alone. You need local businesses that come in, step up to the plate, and become sponsors. Much like Cardinal Technology Solutions is the presenting sponsor, you have other businesses in our area that are also sponsors of this tournament. Do you want to give them a shout out?
Absolutely. Besides the lovely Cardinal Technology Solutions, we have Blue Ridge Agents, Bone and Joint Specialists of Winchester, First Bank, F&M Bank, SEB LLC, Nova Environmental Solutions, and Whirlpool Construction.
Leslie, thank you for spending some time with Kaylee and I today and giving me your golf history. This was quite entertaining.
You're right. Why do you see me golfing?
You have to come out that day just to watch.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Definitely entertaining.
I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today, a few minutes after noon. So meet me here then.